Hello guys, welcome to episode 12 of Country Icebergs. Today we're going over the Spain iceberg. Enjoy! Bullfighting. Bullfighting is a traditional spectacle, especially popular in Spain, where a matador faces a bull in an arena. The event usually consists of several stages, involving mounted fighters and assistants who weaken the bull before the matador's final act. In the climax, the matador attempts to kill the bull with a sword in a display of skill and bravery. Felipe VI. Felipe VI is the current king of Spain, having ascended the throne on June 19, 2014, after his father, King Juan Carlos I, abdicated. Born on January 30, 1968 in Madrid, he is the only son of Juan Carlos I and Queen Sofia. Felipe VI is known for promoting transparency, modernizing the Spanish monarchy, and working to restore its reputation after past scandals. Tomato throwing. Tomato throwing, known as La Tomatina, is a famous festival held every August in the town of Buñol, Spain. During the event, thousands of participants gather to throw overripe tomatoes at each other purely for fun. The tradition began in the mid-20th century and has since become a major international attraction. After the hour-long food fight, the streets are washed down, and the town returns to normal, often cleaner thanks to the acidity of the tomatoes. Francisco Franco. Francisco Franco was a Spanish military general and dictator who ruled Spain from 1939 until his death in 1975. He came to power after leading the nationalist forces to victory in the Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939. Franco established an authoritarian regime that suppressed political opposition, censored the press, and promoted conservative Catholic values. 1982 FIFA World Cup. The 1982 FIFA World Cup was held in Spain from June 13 to July 11, 1982. It was the first tournament to feature 24 teams, expanding from the previous 16-team format. Italy won the championship, defeating West Germany 3-1 in the final, with Paolo Rossi emerging as the tournament's top scorer and star. Sagrada Familia. The Sagrada Familia is a large Roman Catholic basilica located in Barcelona, Spain, designed by the famous architect Antoni Gaudí. Construction began in 1882 and continues to this day, making it one of the longest-running architectural projects in the world. The basilica is renowned for its unique combination of Gothic and Art Nouveau styles, with intricate facades symbolizing different aspects of Christ's life. Spanish conquest. The Spanish conquest refers to Spain's expansion into the Americas during the 15th and 16th centuries, following Christopher Columbus's voyage in 1492. Spanish conquistadors, such as Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro, overthrew powerful empires like the Aztec and Inca, claiming vast territories for Spain. This conquest brought immense wealth through gold, silver, and new trade routes, fueling Spain's rise as a global power. The Spanish Armada. The Spanish Armada was a large fleet sent by King Philip II of Spain in 1588 to invade England and overthrow Queen Elizabeth I. It consisted of about 130 ships and around 30,000 men, aiming to restore Catholicism in England and stop English support for Dutch rebels. The Armada was famously defeated by the smaller, faster English navy and severe storms while trying to return home. Civil War. The Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939, was a brutal conflict between the Republicans, who supported the democratically elected government, and the Nationalists, a rebel group led by General Francisco Franco. The war began after a military coup attempted to overthrow Spain's Second Republic, plunging the country into violent and ideological battles between left-wing and right-wing forces. The Nationalists ultimately won, establishing Franco's dictatorship that lasted until his death in 1975. Army of Flanders. The Army of Flanders was a major Spanish military force deployed in the Low Countries during the late 16th and 17th centuries. Established by King Philip II of Spain, it was tasked with suppressing the Dutch revolt and maintaining Spanish control over the region. Known for its discipline and effectiveness, the Army of Flanders played a key role in the 80 Years' War and was involved in many significant battles across Europe. Reconquista. The Reconquista was a centuries-long series of campaigns by Christian kingdoms in the Iberian Peninsula, to reclaim territory from Muslim rulers who had conquered much of the region in the early 8th century. Starting around the 8th century and ending in 1492 with the fall of Granada, the last Muslim kingdom, it reshaped the political and religious landscape of what would become modern Spain and Portugal. Moorish agriculture. Moorish agriculture refers to the advanced farming techniques and innovations introduced by the Moors during their rule in the Iberian Peninsula from the 8th to the 15th centuries. They brought sophisticated irrigation systems like qanats and water wheels, enabling efficient water management in dry areas. The Moors also introduced new crops such as citrus fruits, rice, sugarcane, and olives, greatly enriching local diets and economies. Their agricultural methods helped transform Spain into one of the most productive and prosperous regions of medieval Europe. Spanish Inquisition. The Spanish Inquisition was a powerful institution established in 1478 by Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella to maintain religious unity in Spain. Its main purpose was to identify and punish heresy, especially targeting converted Jews and Muslims suspected of secretly practicing their former faiths. The Inquisition became notorious for using harsh interrogation methods, including torture, and conducting public trials and executions. It lasted for centuries, deeply influencing Spanish society and culture, until it was officially abolished in the early 19th century. Ferdinand and Isabella. Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella I of Castile were the Catholic monarchs whose marriage in 1469 unified much of Spain under their joint rule. They are famous for completing the Reconquista by capturing Granada in 1492, the last Muslim stronghold on the Iberian Peninsula. Their reign also sponsored Christopher Columbus's 1492 voyage, which opened the Americas to European exploration. Spanish Empire. The Spanish Empire was one of the largest and most powerful empires in history, spanning from the late 15th century to the early 19th century. It began with the voyages of Columbus in 1492, leading to vast territories in the Americas, including much of South and Central America, parts of North America, the Caribbean, and the Philippines. The empire's wealth, especially from silver mines in places like Potosi, fueled Spain's dominance in Europe and the world during the 16th and 17th centuries. 2004 Madrid bombings. The 2004 Madrid bombings were a series of coordinated terrorist attacks on March 11, 2004, targeting commuter trains during the morning rush hour. 10 bombs exploded on 4 trains, killing 191 people and injuring over 2,000, making it one of the deadliest terrorist attacks in Europe. The attacks were carried out by an Islamist extremist group inspired by Al-Qaeda, in retaliation for Spain's involvement in the Iraq War. Valley of the Fallen Movement. The Valley of the Fallen movement refers to the ongoing debate and actions surrounding the Valley of the Fallen, Valle de los Caídos, a monumental complex near Madrid built between 1940 and 1959. Originally conceived by dictator Francisco Franco to honor those who died during the Spanish Civil War, it also served as Franco's burial site until his remains were exhumed in 2019. The movement focuses on how to handle this controversial symbol, seen by many as a glorification of Franco's dictatorship and repression, balancing memory, justice, and reconciliation in modern Spain. ETA. ETA was a militant separatist group founded in 1959, aiming to establish an independent Basque country in northern Spain and southwestern France. Over several decades, ETA carried out bombings, assassinations, and kidnappings, causing hundreds of deaths and widespread fear. The group was considered a terrorist organization by Spain, the EU, and the US. My Tomatina. La Tomatina is an annual festival held in the town of Buñol, Spain, where thousands of people gather to throw ripe tomatoes at each other purely for fun. It takes place on the last Wednesday of August and lasts about an hour, turning the streets into a massive, messy tomato fight. The event started in the mid-20th century, originally as a spontaneous local celebration, and has since become a popular international attraction. Nuestra Señora de Atocha. The Nuestra Señora de Atocha was a Spanish treasure galleon that sank in a hurricane near the Florida Keys in 1622. It was part of the Spanish treasure fleet carrying gold, silver, and precious gems from the New World to Spain. The shipwreck remained lost for centuries until treasure hunter Mel Fisher discovered it in 1985, recovering a vast amount of valuable artifacts. Canary Islands. The Canary Islands are a Spanish archipelago located off the northwest coast of Africa in the Atlantic Ocean. Known for their mild climate, volcanic landscapes, and beautiful beaches, they are a popular tourist destination. The islands have a unique cultural blend, influenced by indigenous Guanche heritage and Spanish colonization. Zugarramurdi. Zugarramurdi is a small village in the Basque Country of northern Spain, famous for its association with witchcraft trials in the early 17th century. In 1610, the Spanish Inquisition held a series of witch hunts here, accusing locals of practicing witchcraft and holding secret Sabbaths in nearby caves. The caves of Zugarramurdi have become a historical and tourist site, known as the Witches' Caves. Belmez's Faces. The Belmez faces are mysterious, human-like faces that reportedly appeared spontaneously on the concrete floor of a private house in Belmez de la Moraleda, Spain, starting in 1971. These faces have intrigued and baffled many because they seem to appear, change, and disappear without any clear explanation, leading to claims of paranormal activity. Scientists and skeptics have debated whether the faces are hoaxes, natural phenomena, or something supernatural. Kingdom of Navarre. The Kingdom of Navarre was a medieval kingdom located in the Western Pyrenees, covering parts of what are now northern Spain and southwestern France. Established in the early Middle Ages, it played a significant role as a buffer state between larger powers like Castile, Aragon, and France. Navarre was known for its unique culture and language, Basque, which still survives in the region today. The Phoenician Colony. The Phoenician colonies were trading settlements established by the ancient Phoenicians, seafarers from the eastern Mediterranean across the Mediterranean Sea, starting around 1500 BCE. These colonies served as important hubs for trade, culture, and the spread of the Phoenician alphabet. Notable Phoenician colonies include Carthage in North Africa and Gadir in southern Spain. And that was the end of the Spain iceberg. Thanks for watching, and bye.